In a quiet village, nestled far from the bustling cities, there's a legend that has haunted its people for generations. It's a story that parents whisper to their children on stormy nights, when the wind howls through the trees and the shadows grow long. They say if you stand in front of a mirror at midnight and call her name 3 times, a girl will appear behind you. Her hollow, haunting eyes will lock onto yours, and if she sees you, she will follow you, never leaving your side until you meet the same tragic fate she did. This is the tale of the girl in the mirror. It is said that long ago, in the heart of this small village, there was a family that lived in a grand house on the edge of town. The family was known for their strict rules and their peculiar ways. But the most unsettling part of their home wasn't its tall walls or the dark corners of its many rooms. It was the mirror. The mirror, a large, ornate piece, hung in a room at the top of the stairs. It was said to be the last place a young girl was seen, locked away by her family for reasons no one really knew. Some say she was different, perhaps with a gift or a curse, but no one ever dared to ask. Her family, embarrassed and frightened by what they didn't understand, locked her away in that very room, where she lived out the remainder of her life, completely isolated. The young girl, now forgotten by the village, starved to death in that room, never to leave. But when she died, something strange happened. The mirror, which had been a silent witness to her life, became the gateway to something far darker. They say that after her death, the girl's spirit became bound to the mirror, and it's from that moment on that the legend began to grow. It's believed that anyone who dares to speak her name 3 times in front of the mirror at midnight will summon her, and she will appear, with eyes as hollow as the darkness that took her life. But the most terrifying part? Once she sees you, she will never let you go. Over the years, the legend has spread. It's said that the girl's name is known to every villager, though it's never spoken lightly. But there are always those who are daring enough to test the legend, to see if it's true. The ritual is simple but deadly. At midnight, when the hour is darkest, you must stand in front of a mirror, a candle burning nearby, and say her name 3 times, quietly but clearly. But this isn't a game. The moment her name is spoken for the 3rd time, something will shift. The air will grow colder, the shadows will stretch, and you'll feel an overwhelming sense of dread. And then, she will be there, the girl in the mirror. At first, you'll think it's just a trick of the light, an illusion. But no, her hollow eyes, her thin, gaunt figure. She will be staring right back at you. And if you're foolish enough to turn around and meet her gaze, the curse will begin. The legend says that the girl doesn't just appear to frighten you. No, she's after something far more sinister. Once she sees you, her eyes lock onto yours, and she begins to follow you. Following you home, following you wherever you go. She is not a spirit you can simply wish away. She has no home, no place to rest. Her endless wandering has become a curse, and now, she seeks others to share in her fate. Those who have seen her claim that the terror only grows. At first, it's subtle, perhaps a flicker in the reflection, a dark shape out of the corner of your eye. But soon, she will appear in the mirrors of your home, watching you from behind the glass. And as the days pass, her presence becomes more unbearable. Her hollow eyes will haunt your every reflection, and eventually, she will become bolder, appearing when you least expect it. It's said that if you do not find a way to make amends with her, you will meet the same tragic end she did. She will follow you until you die, alone and forgotten, just as she did, starved, locked away with no one to care. But there is one way to break the curse, or so the legends say. It's not an easy solution, and it requires a certain kind of bravery. To rid yourself of the girl in the mirror, you must face her and acknowledge her pain. You must return to the place where she was locked away, the room where she starved to death, and offer a token, a gesture of empathy or understanding. Some say leaving flowers by the mirror or whispering apologies for the pain she endured is enough. But there's no guarantee. For some, the curse ends there. But for others, the girl's spirit will linger, trapped forever in the glass, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul. So, next time you stand before a mirror, especially when the moon is high and the night is still, remember the story of the girl in the mirror. And if you ever find yourself tempted to say her name, remember, 3 times is all it takes to bring her into your world. And once she sees you, there's no going back. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another ghostly story from the darker corners of the world. But remember, some mirrors are better left undisturbed.